record. Sorry.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are from Group 7. We'll present about Quality by John Galsworthy. Next slide, please. Cece, please introduce our members.
So our members are including me, Chelsea Lalusita, NIM 0303, and second is Kania Farah, NIM 16, and Rodatul Jana, NIM 29. So we will talk about symbols in characters.
Okay, first we will discuss about the symbols in character in Gessler brother. First, we have Mr. Gessler here. The first symbol is the word uttered by Mr. Gessler, while the buyer said that isn't it awfully hard to do it, Mr. Gessler? And his answer with it is an art. This conversation explained that he really loves art. And the second, he was a little as if made from leather. Leather here means his loyalty with what he do. I mean here it's making boots. And the third is if he sees some new kind of boots that he had not yet made for the buyer, so he will defasting buyer boots and placing buyer foot on a piece of a paper, then he will draw the toes. It's tell about his respectful on what he do. And let's talk about the characteristic of elder brother. The first symbol is he looks more watery. Watery here means that he is thin and spiritless. The second, he seems paler in every way. Paler here means that he is feeble. And the third is with a great industry. It symbolizes that both of him have a dominant undertaking in their firm. And the fourth, he was a good man. Good man here means that he is really passionate and hardworking man. Next. Next. Okay, and this is the last symbol characteristic of Mr. Gessler. The fourth is with his sleeve turned back as if awakened from some dream of food. This sentence tells us that he is really hardworking man. And the five, he said, if I cannot doing nothing with them, I take them off your bill. This conversation show us how perfectionist and detailed he is. And the last is the cause of the death is because heavy starvation. Starvation here means that he never think about himself. He just really love what he do. He show us how to be dedicated and passionate one. And the next presentation will be continued by my friends. Times is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kania. So the next character is Englishman. Englishman stand for Mr. Kessler's struggle, art, and humanities. He is known what Mr. Kessler have passed. He worked so hard to make a boot as an art. They never think about himself, although his stuff never advertised. The symbol is in conversation that might be a bit flowery as the saying is, but I know myself he was sitting over his boots day and night to the very loss. You see, I used to watch him, never gave himself time to eat, never had a penny in the house, all went in rent and leather. How he lived so long, I don't know. He regularly let his fire go out. He was a character, but he made good boots. Yes, I said. Next, please. Jaja, please.
Okay. So here's the narrator. The conversation is narrator know all the things. Narrator as the center of the story, so the reader will accept and understand according to what is experienced, seen, felt, and heard by the narrator. The narrator starts the narrative about how he knew the Kessler brothers. The first introducing is raised up by the storyteller as the first individual. Refers to the first line. I knew him from the years of my utmost young person because he made my father's bed. Character I refers to the storyteller and him refers to the individual that is instantly told Mr. Kessler. This means that the narrator knew Mr. Kessler because his male parent is a client of the boot shepherd. In this line, I remember good my dividend comment, 124 hours, while stretching out to him my youthful foot, shows the narrator. Besides, has been a client of the boot brand since he was immature. The narrator is a curious individual, peculiarly to the boots that Mr. Kessler makes. It says in the narrative that he finds it mysterious and wonderful. I, besides, noticed that the narrator is a really loyal client, for he had patronized of the Kessler boots of all time since. Here's the evidence. The narrator is a very loyal customer and friend of Mr. Kessler's shoemaking. There is deep bonding between Mr. Kessler, younger brother, and the narrator. The story unfolds to the reader through the narrator's action in the story. So that's it for our presentation today. Thank you for your attention. Okay. Wait. Where is...
Apa Pak Jung?